and welcome back to another episode of Influence and Growth Mastery. This is Tonya Gossage, your guide to mastering the art of making authentic connections, growing your audience, leveraging your influence to create impactful and thriving business using my favorite, AI, artificial intelligence. You know, I've decided that I'm going to coin myself as the networking influencer. I love networking. I love building connections and growing my network of people. And I hope that from listening to me that you love doing the same thing. If not, at some point that you do, because growing your network, growing your connection base is truly what grows your business. And so I want to talk today about diving deep into the power of strategic partnerships. We've talked about this a little bit before, but I really want you to understand how creating a partnership with somebody can truly transform your coaching business from being a solo practice to even as big as a thriving enterprise. If you don't want to be as big as a thriving enterprise, that's okay. You can remain as small or as big as you want to be. But as long as you are building relationships and building connections, and you know what to listen for and how to build your business, the sky is the limit on what you're able to do. And so that's what I want to talk about today is really the importance of the strategic partnerships and how to define them and how you can actually lead yourself into those types of conversations. So I want to provide just even a few case studies of my own self. And I may even get into other people as we get into this discussion, because I only have a few bullet points for today's session. So part of this will be much ad-libbed, but I want to share that in a networking session at one point, I listened, and active listening is so important as well. But I listened to some individuals talk, and as I listened to them, I'm such a strategic thinker, and I'm always thinking, how can I take something and grow it bigger? How can I take something and help somebody else make money using that? And how can I make money using that? Okay, so these are training moments for you. And so as I was doing that, I identified that somebody had something really good and they weren't monetizing it. And so I began to think, how can I help that person help themselves and help other people? And how could I help that person help me make money? Because I saw an avenue that was not being used. So I reached out to that person and I said, hey, have you ever thought about taking your product and building a membership out with that? And the discussion went a little bit like, yes, but I haven't done that yet. And this is what I thought about doing with it. Well, the picture that I had was much bigger than that. And it was actually totally different than that. So I asked if she was open to listen, and she was. And I said, here's how I think that you could help coaches, trainers, speakers, podcasters, and other types of people with your product. And so bells are going off, okay? And she's like, I've not thought about it like that. And I didn't think that she had. And I said, if you would let me help you build a membership and an affiliate program, I can help you fill your membership, and then I can make money by you paying me, helping you get people in there. And then I can also help my people by helping them become affiliates, because you see, I teach affiliate marketing and passive income because we all need passive income. And we began to build this phenomenal program and becoming strategic partners. And then we started bringing other people into this to build this out. That's one way that through your connections, you can create strategic partnerships and help other people, but help yourself. And then help your own clients to do something massive as well. And so think along those lines as you're networking. That also helps you to become an influencer because you start thinking in different ways. Sometimes when I tell people that I help them become influencers, they're thinking, oh, well, she's going to help me get to, 100,000 people on TikTok or on Instagram. That's not exactly how I look at becoming an influencer. I help you become an influencer by utilizing who you are and utilizing your connections. And so how can you connect with who is already in your sphere of influence and the people that you're going to be adding in the future? Yes, we use social media, and yes, we use podcasting, and yes, we use groups and on LinkedIn, Facebook, all of these things to network with people, but you are connecting with people and referring to people and building strategic partnerships where you can monetize ideas and make money. And when you become that go-to person to refer someone or to help someone create an idea, or even just refer someone as, somebody that has a roofing company or a plumbing business or those types of things, you become an influencer. You get visibility by being that type of individual. So you're basically pulling resources together and expanding your customer base or your client base or your pool of connections because of the way that you use your network. You're sharing expertise with the people in your network and other people's networks. One other thing that I want you to think about, I just was at a networking meeting this past week, and I challenged everybody that this month to reach out to 20 new connections, to add them to their social media, whether it be Alignable, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram. It doesn't have to be on one platform, but it can be a combined. Add 20 new people, have conversations with them, follow up with them. But think about, it's not necessarily that 20 people is going to be or become part of your inner circle, but it is who that person is connected to that you're going to connect to that becomes a strategic partner, or even 3 or 4 down the line. But it's how you get to the influencer that you need to get to grow your business. There's a strategy behind doing that to get to the right people, to have the right conversations, to get what you want in your business to grow your business. So I want to tell you another story. While this other one is so amazing that I love working in that business, and you got to join my group, Influencer Growth Mastery on Facebook, to learn more about that. But I have to tell you that going to networking meetings, whether they be virtual or in person, there's nothing like in person. I have to tell you, there is nothing like meeting someone face to face. But I met someone through a virtual meeting who then said, I think we can refer business to each other. Would you be up for coffee? I don't drink coffee, but I said, sure, I can drink a soda. So we met up at a country club that I'm a member of. What was going to be an hour ended up being almost 2 hours. It was amazing at some of the same people we knew, some of the same types of entities that we've been involved in. We departed ways and said, yeah, we'll think of how we can refer each other. We've stayed in contact. We've seen each other again at multiple networks. He's called me multiple times saying, I need help. I need help. I need help. I've not necessarily been real interested because I've had my own business in being involved strategically in his business, although the opportunities would be great. But there's always a perfect time. Things work when the timing is right. I've had ideas of people that I could connect him with, but we get busy, things happen. But he's always been in the back of my mind on how I could help this individual. We have this big networking meeting on Tuesday evening. We have another conversation. I introduce him to somebody that I know that I felt could help him. He calls me to have a conversation. We talk about some other individuals that could be possibilities. And he's like, I need a networker like you. I need somebody that's done things like you. I need somebody who gets it like you. I need. I said, okay, with the understanding, I'm going to help with the understanding that if this gets to be too much, that we bring other people in. As the conversation goes, the opportunity gets bigger. Sometimes we don't take the time to really understand the opportunities that stand in front of us. And so sometimes we limit ourselves because we think we know what we should be doing, and we don't allow the doors to open wide enough to really listen to what there is in front of us. Not only does this door open wide enough for me, but it opens wide enough for me to hire other people to help me and help others to do things that I've wanted to do that I've just not taken the steps to do. Things that we dream about and we don't take the steps to do for some who knows what reason. So I'm sharing this with you today to say there are people out there who need your talent. There's people out there that want to create strategic partnerships with you. There's people out there looking for you. They're at networking meetings. They're at virtual meetings. They're in your Facebook groups. They're in your networking platforms. You see them every day, and we're not actively listening to what they really want or what they really need or how we can help them. And so there's different types of partnerships. There's these strategic type of partnerships we just talked about. There's the referral type partnerships that are out there. There's joint ventures. There's co-branded type things. There's affiliates. And it just so happens that this particular situation that I'm just talking about has many of those combined into one thing, including passive income. And so sometimes the door that you've been knocking on for quite some time is right under your nose and we don't even see it or we don't even smell it. So there's such this thing of, number one, get visible. Number two, be the influencer that you are and understand the importance of clear communication and setting your goals and know what you're looking for and know it whenever it knocks on the door and set your priorities and go out and look for the types of partnerships that you need in your business. Don't be so caught up that you have to do your business by yourself, because you don't. In today's world, there's so many people doing things together that you both can blow things up. I've also been talking to somebody about doing training sessions together. If you have one talent and they have another talent, put your talents together and create a course together and share the profits. There's so many tools out there today that allow people to work together that if you can do that, do it. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in, I don't know how to do it. There's so many resources out there. I love this one coach that I listen to. She's like, I'm your mentor. I'm your strategist. I'm not your tell you how to do it person. That's Google. That's ChatGPT. I'm your strategist. I am a strategist too. And I do love to tell people how to do things, but that can really bog you down. And I love Google. I love YouTube. But you can tell people, I tell my sisters that all the time, go Google it. My granddaughter tells people, here, hold on, Mimi, I'll just Google it. She's got it Googled before I can even tell her what to do. That's amazing. So think strategically in everything that you do in your business. Always think partnerships. Who can I use this year to grow my business? That is part of my who, not how plus AI framework in my business, in my coaching program. Who can I use to help me monetize everything that I'm going to do? It's not always about how. It's more importantly about who. Who can I use? There's a who out there for everything. And then AI, I could not end this podcast without saying, Molly Chat, that's my AI. They're all named Molly Chat. I lumped them all in together. And I'm going to start doing some workshops, lunch and learns, because people I've talked to lately, I'm going to say they're stranded. They're stranded out in a storm, locked up, strapped, tied up, because they can't grow. They can't move forward because they don't understand AI. They don't know how to use AI. And I use some of the very best tools that do not cost hardly anything, that help me grow my visibility, my influence, and help me make money. And it's a shame that people out there don't know about them. So I have decided I'm going to start sharing them with everybody that wants to hear them. So if you too want to know about them, get in my Facebook group, Influence and Growth Mastery. Don't miss out. Watch for my funnels. This is not a sales podcast. I'm not going there, but I so desire for people to grow. I so desire for people to understand that through partnerships, through artificial intelligence, knowing who they can use to grow is so important. With that, I'm not going to keep you any longer, but partnerships, oh my gosh, they have been my life. They were my life in my banking career. They are my life in my entrepreneurship. I encourage you, if you got one tip, put it in the comments. One tip, share this podcast with a friend. And I want you, until next week, I want you to keep cultivating your connections. It's so critical. Keep growing your influence. Again, it's so critical. And together, we will master the art of impact in this world. This is Tonya Gossage, your networking influencer, and I'm signing off for this week. Have a marvelous, impactful week while you network. Bye.